Hi, I'm Christine. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm here with a special edition book tour. All right, so I wanted to do a special edition book tour of showing every single special edition that I have on my shelves. And so I decided to film all of that, but then I had to break it up into different videos because it got so long. So this video is gonna be my Dark, Forbidden, and Taboo special editions. If you wanna see more of my special edition tours, I'm gonna have more coming. So I'll have another one for like fantasy and paranormal. Then I'm gonna have another video for the contemporary small town sports special edition book tour as well. So yeah, hopefully enjoy. If you want like a full bookshelf tour, I do have a bookshelf tour already on my channel that was updated recently as of like spring 2024. So yeah, let's get going. First up, I have these three from J.T. Geinger. So let's see. So we have Ruthless Creatures by J.T. Geinger. This is the first book in her Queens and Monsters Mafia romance series. So these are like alternate editions that she did at one point. I think she did them for all of the books. And next is Carnal Urges, which is again book 2 in the Queens and Monsters Mafia romance series by J.T. Geinger. Next is The Beautifully Cruel Duet by J.T. Geinger. So this is an omnibus bind up. It has 2 books in it. So the first one is Beautifully Cruel, and book 2 is Cruel Paradise. These are mafia romances that kind of connect to her Queens and Monsters series, and this is a special edition by FitTeacherRachel that she did with J.T. Geinger. Next up are 2 special editions from Sophie Lark. So first up here is Savage Lover by Sophie Lark. This is book 3 in her Brutal Birthright series, which is a mafia romance series following a family. This is the special edition that Hell Lovely did for Savage Lover. Then we have a special edition of The Bully. This is again by Sophie Lark. This is book 3 in her Kingmakers series, which is a spin-off / second generation story of the Brutal Birthright series. So this is a special edition that Madison Fox did a collab with Eternal Embers. Next are some Tilly Cole special editions. First up is Lord of London Town by Tilly Cole. This one is a special edition that Dark and Quirky did. So we got sprayed edges. It is a hardcover. It has that gloss on it, which is so nice. These next 2 are ones that Mystic Box did, which these were the original printings. I think they did eventually finish up this Hades Hangman series, and then they did a reprint of this one, but this is the first set that I have. So here is It Ain't Me Babe. It has like a skull, if you can see as well, kind of in the shadows there. We have some skulls on the sprayed edges as well, and in the back with the skull again. Here's the cover for this one. Again, these are by Mystic. There's the pink sprayed edges on here. Again, I just love the sprayed edges on this Mystic edition. And in the back. Next, this is The Dark Hockey Romance by Claire Contreras. So this is Until I Get You. This is a special edition that FitTeacherRachel did with Claire Contreras. Then we have 2 more by Mystic Box. So these are by Cali Hart. They have really pretty sprayed edges, which is actually how I display them on my shelf. So these 2 are The Blood and Roses. We have volume 1 and then volume 2. So they have a couple books in them. The author actually wanted glossy covers, which usually Mystic does matte for the covers, but the author for this liked the glossy look for her covers. Next, we have a bunch by Hello Lovely. So let's get into these. First up is The Hitman by Katrina Jackson. This is part of her family mafia romance series. Then we have Hawk by Kate Savage. I really like the black and white, just simplicity of this one with the red on here. We have another Mafia. Again, these are all from Hello Lovely. So this is Dangerous King by Sienna Snow in the back. Another Mafia special edition by Hello Lovely. So this is The Brit by Jodi Ellen Malpass. This is part of her Unlawful Men series, book 1. Then we have Sicko by Amo Jones. Again, this is from Hello Lovely. One of their book boxes had this edition in it. Shame by Fiona Cole, again by Hello Lovely, just a really simple edition. And the last Hello Lovely one for now. So this is Sins of Seven by Penelope Ward. And in the back as well. All right, into some more Mafia. So this is Boston Underworld by A. Zavarelli. So this is a bind-up omnibus of the first 2 books in this series. This is by Mystic Book Box. And again, this has the first 2 books in the series, so that is Crow and Reaper. I really love this bind-up edition. We have Devil of Dublin by B.B. Easton. I love this one so much. This was a special edition book box that they did for like a bunch of booktubers together, and this was one of the editions in it. I really love this book and love this edition. Tainted Scars by Neva Altej. This is part of the Dark and Quirky book box. Again, this has just like black gunmetal type shiny sprayed edges. And in the back as well, just those white roses. And then this Cora Riley special edition. This is from cover to cover, and this one is a hardcover. We have that skyline on the back. Another Cora Riley, this is the Kimura Chronicles. So this is a bind-up of the first 3 books in the series, which were my favorite 3 from the series. So this has Twisted Pride, Twisted Emotions, and Twisted Loyalties, and it's just like a glossy bind-up of the first 3 books in the series. Then we have Fake Empire by C.W. Farnsworth. So this is a special edition by Dark and Quirky. I like the chest piece sprayed edges, so I actually have those displayed on my shelf when I have this on my shelves, and in the back as well. When She Unravels by Gabrielle Sands. Again, this is a special edition from Dark and Quirky. They do just really pretty hardcover editions. And there's the back. And then another Dark and Quirky. This is Hawk by Jessie Hall. This was part of that Booktuber special edition book box that they did. So here's the edges. It has like kind of the tire prints on there, if you can see that detail. And then in the back as well, love like the neon gloss on there. And this one is a Mexican Cartel series. So this is Violent Delights by Jessica Hawkins. This was from the Bookworm Box, which is actually a book box that is no longer happening, but this was one of their editions. And I really love this series and just love this book, so I had to have this copy. Then we have two Mafia romances from Mila Finelli. So this is part of the Last Chapter book box, and this is a Mafia Mistress, which is the first book in her Kings of Italy series. In the back, and then Mafia Darling is the follow-up slash the first two books are like a duet, so they just kind of complete each other. All right, so next I have a few from Nikki Sloan. So I'm gonna have more from this author in the contemporary romance edition of this for special editions, but these are ones that I consider maybe a little bit more taboo, forbidden, maybe more kinky, things like that. So first is Three Simple Rules by Nikki Sloan. This is from the Last Chapter book box. I love like the gold, if you can see the gold sparkle on here that shines. That is up here, the details as well. This is a hardcover special edition that the Last Chapter book box did for, I believe this was an exclusive edition for Readers Take Denver 2023. So love the gold on there. And this is part of her Blindfold Club series. Then we have Three Little Mistakes, again by Nikki Sloan. This is the third book part of her Blindfold Club series. This is a special edition that the author did for Steamy Lit Con 2023 in Anaheim, California. Then we have a bind up of The Filthy Rich Americans, again by Nikki Sloan. So this includes the three books, The Initiation, The Obsession, and The Deception. This is a bind up that the author did herself as like a omnibus of the series. It's glossy, it's beautiful. It came in this like really pretty book box that came with like gifts that kind of coordinated it to the series as well. All right, and then we have The Initiation, the last one from Nikki Sloan. So again, this is the first book in her Filthy Rich Americans series, and this one was a special edition that How Lovely did quite a few years ago. Then we have two editions of Dark Notes by Pam Godwin. First up is this really pretty glossy edition that Hello Lovely box did quite a few years ago. Again, at Dark Notes, this is like a student teacher, more forbidden romance. And then this is a copy of Dark Notes that the Mystic book box did for this book as well. So again, we have that music note there and the back with a really pretty piano. Speaking of Pam Godwin, next is three editions of A Sea of Ruin by her, which is a darker historical romance, pirate romance. So first up is this really beautiful edition of Sea of Ruin. This also includes the novella The Kings of Libertines that Eternal Embers did. This was actually their very first book box that they did. I had to have it because, of course, Pam Godwin and this gorgeous, like look at that gorgeous ship on there. Then this is an edition of Sea of Ruin that Mystic book box did. So we have the beautiful nauticals on the edges and then that beautiful blue water design on the back as well. Then lastly is this special edition of Sea of Ruin. This was by Book Crates for Days, I believe is the book box. And we have this again, really pretty sprayed edges with the nautical. And then I like kind of like the neutrals that they have, the browns in here with that beautiful teal. This one does have a reversible dust jacket and some art under the cover as well. So here is the naked edition of this one, as well as you could display the dust jacket this way as well. And the end pages art and the end pages art at the front as well. Then we have three special editions from Carrie Ann Cole. These are all from Mystic book box. First up is No Tomorrow. Has a really beautiful sprayed edges with the music notes in the back as well. Then we have Gothcana by Runex. So this is a special edition that the author did themselves and sold like separately. So here is this. We have the black matte kind of sprayed edges and then the back on here. This one again is just like a collector's edition that the author did themselves. So here is the naked hardcover. The back as well, really pretty. We have this kind of like interior moment. So next is one of my favorite special editions I have on my shelves. So this is the Mindf series by St. Abbey that Mystic Box did recently. So this is a bind up of 5 books, kind of like novella length. For the Mindf series by St. Abbey. And so the details on here is just so pretty. So this follows a serial killer heroine, and then the hero is FBI profiler trying to track her down. So good. Love the sprayed edges detail on here. The naked cover is so stunning and pretty. Again, the details on the sprayed edges are just top notch. Mystic Box just like never misses. So good. Here is the interior, and then the back end pages are just this like red moment. Next is like a whole stack. I might break my hand holding these, but these are Gianna Darling special editions. Let's go. First up, a special edition of Serpentine Valentine by Gianna Darling. Again, this is from Hello Lovely book box, and they did this one recently for their Trope of the Month box. Love this edition so much. This is a dark revenge plot, Medusa retelling, sapphic romance, dark academia, so good. And then this is Serpentine Valentine, a special edition that Gianna Darling did herself. This was at the Sweetgrass book signing for 2024. That was the first time that it was available. Here is the beautiful silver foil on here. Then we have Wildest Dreams. This is a bind up of 2 books in the Dark Dreams duet. So this is from Eternal Embers. I love the pink and gold moment on here. Just so pretty. And the back as well. Then we have 3 special editions from the Fallen Men series. First up, we have Lessons in Corruption. This was a special edition that Eternal Embers book box did. Welcome to the Dark Side, and this is again part of the Fallen Men series. This is from Hello Lovely book box that they did a special edition. And then this is Inked in Lies by Dark and Quirky, one of their first, I think, like special editions that they did. Absolutely love this book and love this gorgeous, stunning edition. I actually recently purchased another special edition of Inked in Lies that will be coming soon. So stunning, can't wait. And then these two are from her Anti-Heroes in Love duet, and this is a special edition that Mystic Box did. So we have When Heroes Fall, love that red moment on here. We have some sprayed edges too, if we can focus on there. There we go. And then the back as well. And then When Villains Rise, and then the sprayed edges again, the red rose moment. And then the back as well, so pretty. Next up, A Moment for a Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas. I know this one isn't really dark, but it's kind of more forbidden or taboo because it's age gap, and it has the heroine falling for her ex's father. And I have a bunch of Penelope Douglas special editions of the show, so I'm just including it with this one. So again, Birthday Girl, this is the Mystic Box edition. This was actually my very first Mystic book box where you could sign up and there was no wait list, which I loved. Had to grab this one because it's one of my favorite books of all time. Just such a pretty moment. Then we have Birthday Girl again. This is a special edition that the Bookish Box did. So it has like cassette tape, which if you've read the book, then you know that the heroine in here is just like obsessed with the 80s and cassette tapes. And then this birthday wish on the back, so pretty. I really love the naked hardcover. That's just like very pink holographic design with the cassette tape, very simplistic. The back as well with the little birthday candle. And then they have the reversible dust jacket, so you could totally show it this way as well. Then we have this really pretty slip cover. This is for Tristic's Venom. This is one that I believe was it Eternal Embers? I think so, that Eternal Embers did the silver on here. This is a sapphic romance, so good. And then here is the hardcover itself. So pretty. Love the silver on here. It works so well with the design. We have the sprayed edges with the moments on here. And in the back, yes, this is from Eternal Embers. So pretty. Loved this one. They did like a pre-order for this and is just so pretty. Obsessed. Then we have Credence by Penelope Douglas. This was a special edition that Hello Lovely did quite a few years ago. Love this moment so much. It kind of continues on to the side and then to the back as well. All of this like whole winter moment totally fits the book. Then we have the Devil Knight series that Mystic Box did. First up is Corrupt. They did this one years ago when they first did Birthday Girl, so that is when I got it. I think they did a reprint when they did the rest of the series, but this is Corrupt. Book 2 is Hideaway. Book 3 is Kill Switch. Love this one so much. Book 4 in the Devil Knight series is Nightfall. And the series as well has 2 like novellas, so they did a bind up of the 2. So this is Conclave and Fire Knight. Again, it's just like a novella bind up. Then we have Torn and Tide. These are both by Mystic Box, and this is part of the All Torn Up series. First up is Torn, one of my favorite age gap taboo forbidden romances. The hero in this one is the heroine's dad's best friend, and then we have the back as well. So pretty. And then they eventually did the add-on for Tide as well, the second book in the series. This is more forbidden slow burn, kind of like angsty, but yeah, kind of goes with that. There's the back. Next are a bunch for Sierra Simone, so let's get into them. So these 2 are editions by Mystic Box that they did years ago. So first up we have American Queen. This is the first book in her What New Camelot series, I believe it is. In the back, this is Priest, the first book in her Bell Brothers series, or Priest series, whatever you want to call it. Then we have this edition of Sinner. This is actually from Eternal Embers, and this is the second book in the Bell Brothers series. Really love the back on there. Then we have A Lesson in Thorns. This is the first book in our Thorn Chapel series. This was a special edition that Hello Lovely did. I love the like burnt edges look of this one. It's just so pretty. And then this is Salt Kiss. This was a special edition by Bookish Box that they did. Love this edition so much. This is one of my favorite series from Sierra Simone that's currently still being written. So here is the back. This is like an MMF kind of trilogy, I believe. The end pages, more end pages, the naked edition on its own, obsessed with the gold on here, so shiny and beautiful. And then it is a reversible dust jacket, so you could have it displayed that way as well. Next up I have a bunch by Sarah Kate. This is Free Fall. I love the gold on here, so pretty. This is part of her, I think, Wild Brothers series, possibly. Here is the back. This is a special edition by Marley's Must Reads book box that they did a collab with Phil's Book Corner on Instagram. Then we have a special edition of Eyes on Me, which is the second book in her Salacious Players Club series. This was a special edition that the Last Chapter book box did. So here is this as well. One Night in Sin City. This was a bind up kind of like special edition of a bind up of novellas that a bunch of authors did for Love in Vegas book signing of 2023. Here's the back, so Sarah Kate is featured in this one. Then we have Illicit by Sarah Kate. So this is a bind up of 4 like novellas that she has that aren't like published in anything else. So this was just a special edition bind up that she did, I think, for book signings in 2023. Here are the novellas included in the collection. And then just love the gold on there, so pretty. Then we have the entire Salacious Players Club series by Sarah Kate, and these are all from cover to cover. So let's get into them. Love the silver on these. First up is Praise. These are all just very simplistic. In the back, they have that shiny silver. Eyes on Me is book 2. Give Me More is book 3, my favorite in the series. This one is MMF. Mercy is book 4. This one has an older woman, a younger hero. Highest Bidder, another age gap where the hero is older. And then last in the series is Madame. This is FFM, MFF, whatever you want to call it. It has 2 heroines and 1 hero in here, and this one's Second Chance. All right, and then these 2 are by Belle Book Box, so maybe not necessarily dark, but like more taboo, and I'm just kind of including them in this video. So first is Burn For Me. I really love the red shiny on here and just kind of like gothic theme that it has going on. We have the sprayed edges and the back with the red foil as well. This one does have a really pretty naked hardcover as well, and then the back design too. And then the Wild Boys duet by them. So this is a bind up of 2 books, which I think there is Gravity and Free Fall, if I remember correctly. And here is the sprayed edges. Again, this is just like more taboo really of anything. And in the back with the helicopter moment and the edgings. All right, I feel like we couldn't talk about taboo romances without getting into QB Tyler. First up is the Bittersweet Duet by QB Tyler. This is a bind up of 2 books in this duet, and this was a special edition that FitTeacherRachel did. This includes a Bittersweet Surrender and Bittersweet Addiction. Then we have this beautiful pink edition of Unconditional by QB Tyler. This was a special edition by Eternal Embers. They did a collab with Logan's Library on Instagram and TikTok. What Was Meant to Be is my favorite QB Tyler book. This one is so good, and this edition is just stunning with the silver foil. This was a special edition that Hello Lovely did for recent book signings for 2024. Love it so much. Another QB Tyler Hello Lovely edition. So this is Unconditional. This one they did years ago, and I just love the like dark floral on here. And then the back as well. Then we have Keep Her Safe. This is a bodyguard romance, and this one is so pretty. I love the gold on here. This is from cover to cover. And I love the like palm tree that they have on the sprayed edges, and then the back as well. The heroine is like a Hollywood star, and the hero is her bodyguard. This is What Was Meant to Be. This is a special edition that the Last Chapter Book Box did. And the back as well. Love Unexpected. This is one that QB Tyler did with Dark and Quirky. Love this one so much. Just so pretty. And then Always Been You. This is another one that Dark and Quirky and QB Tyler did. So this was part of the Booktuber book box. So the sprayed edges have like the night sky moment. And then the back as well with the hero on that side. So pretty. All right, next is a bunch of Jennifer Hartman special editions. All right, these first 3 are by cover to cover, and if you line up the spines, they make this really beautiful like heartbeat across them, which I just love that detail. So this is Still Beating in the back. Then we have Lotus. This one is really pretty because if you can see, it has like these raised bubble edges. So when you hold the book, it kind of shines like the fireworks are exploding. And it's on the back as well, that really fun, shiny detail. And then The Wrong Heart. These were just the 3 that were by the cover to cover book box. And Still Beating is a special edition that the Last Chapter book box did. So this one has the raised details as well, if you can see on there. Just really, really pretty. And then the back as well, again, it just has those like raised textured edges, like bubbles, I mean, on the edges. Then these 2 are ones that Mystic Box did. So this really pretty edition of Lotus, and then it does have sprayed edges. In the back as well, just love that shiny detail. And then the edition that Mystic did for Still Beating, love this one with the gold locket. If you read the story, then you know, has the shiny gold edges. In the back as well. And then this is just a little bind up that Eternal Embers did. So this is Nikki Ash and Kay Webster. It has this really pretty slip case. And then the books in here. So this is, I believe, a duet that the 2 authors wrote together. So we have Stolen Lies and Hidden Truths. Really love the kind of like gothic-y vibes of these ones. And then in the backs as well, just love like that dark theme with the pretty floral. All right, so that was my special edition tour for today. Like I said, these were just all the dark, forbidden, and taboo romances. If you want to see more, I'm going to have my contemporary, small town, and sports romances coming soon. And then as well as a fantasy and paranormal special edition tour. So hopefully you enjoyed. If you want to leave me an emoji in the comments instead today, let me know you watched this video. Leave me the book stack since we went through all the books today. If you haven't done so yet, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, and I'll see you in my next one.